from the dung heap, everybody. These are my friends. A lot of
Hi,
them.
friends.
There he is. Hi, sweetie.
Hello. Good morning, everybody.
And we're live. Hello. SPTV. Hello. Hi, everyone. Happy Saturday morning. How are you? Good to see you all. I wasn't sure I was going to be on today, but I decided to come on and talk to you all. But first, I would like to just hold some space for some good friends of ours, for Tony, or my Tony, and Natalie. If you can put some hearts in the chat. I heard that Tony had to be brought to the hospital. I'm not sure. I don't have any other information. Natalie will most likely update everyone if she hasn't already. But this is her usual spot on the weekends, around 11 Eastern. So I don't have any updates for you guys. Hopefully another creator will come on later. But as far as recaps and news and all that, nobody can do it like Natalie does. So we really miss her. We love her, and we're holding space for her and Tony. If you're just joining us, go ahead and put some hearts in the chat for Natalie and Tony. We're holding space for them and sending lots of love, positive thoughts, good vibes, prayers, whatever you do. Thank you, everyone. So, if you're just joining us, we're just sending some hearts and positive thoughts to Natalie and Tony. Natalie isn't on this morning, and I don't know what's going on. No news, no sad news, no, you know, I don't want anybody to panic, but we're just sending them some nice thoughts and some love. So, thank you, everyone. I could just keep going. We could go the whole hour, the whole stream. So, yes. Good morning, many prayers. Right. Yeah, we love you, Natalie and Tony, and I love this community. You all care so much, and I hope that they feel that. I know they know that. I was wondering where her notifications were. Yeah, me too. This is like group meditation. Yeah, I never meditated because I wasn't allowed to. So yeah, if this is what it's like, I like it. I like it. So I started a comment as I went along here from the ever so wise, lots of wisdom from Lake Reed. Rest assured, Natalie and Tough Tony, our community beats with one big strong heart like Tony's own. We'll keep you in our prayers, we and we'll send you our strength. Absolutely. Beautifully said, Blake. Very beautiful. Oh, all right. Yeah, lots of love and prayers and for his boys. Yep. Nice time to reflect. Thank you, pizza. Yeah, quiet reflective moment together. Yeah, we there's a lot coming at us, right? A lot to process. And when you see all of the different aspects of this fight against cults, against Scientology, on behalf of the survivors, and there's always some messy things that kind of come up that need to be dealt with or handled or whatever. And times like this, I think you realize what's really important, right? Um, I know I do. And it's like the world stops and you focus on relationships and love and what's really important. So it makes my petty little issues like I'm on day 6 of day 6. I stopped counting the hours of no nicotine. I think as of last night at midnight, it was 120 hours, and I'm like, I better start just counting days, right? Just like when you have a new puppy or a new baby, and you go by the weeks that they are, and then by the months, and then finally you're like, okay, he's 2 years old, you know? So yeah, it's been a struggle for me, I'll be honest. Um, I whenever, I start pondering things, musing about things, or waking up in the night or in the morning thinking about different things that I'm struggling with, I always, you know, look it up and then and then maybe gather my thoughts and talk to you all about it because, I like to call these morning musings. It's just things that I am maybe struggling with or pondering or thinking about myself. So, for whatever it's worth, I thought maybe some people could relate. So, yeah, love for Natalie and Tony. Absolutely. Yes. Thank you all. Yeah. 18 months old too. Right. Yeah, I've heard people say 24 months, 28 months, 27 months. I'm like, okay, that's 2 years and too much math, too many mental gymnastics. So I titled this Getting Personal. And I get personal with you guys. I don't like to talk about myself, but I guess it's my channel, so sometimes, I guess it's appropriate to talk about myself, and there's times when either I'm not gonna come on or I'm gonna have to come on and just be honest because that's all I know how to be. So, yeah, I'm just being honest that I'm struggling, but I'm okay, and I haven't smoked, and I'm not going to. So oh, George Massey, hey there. I've decided I want to quit smoking. Marilyn has inspired me. I'm so glad. I'm so glad. I am not a model person for this, but I am doing it cold turkey. I have made it 6 days, and that's, one day at a time, right? But, I've decided that, um, this is it because, I like breathing more than I like smoking, even though I did like smoking. But I I realized that it was, no pun intended, but maybe a little bit of a smokescreen, definitely a crutch, a coping mechanism, a reward, all the things. I feel like I lost my best friend. It's just silly. It's silly, but it's real. It's real. And I mean, I'll be honest, I Dunk poor Dunk. I one of the reasons why I've wanted to, hold back, hold out on doing this is because I don't want to turn into a raging biatch, right? Because I don't have crutch. I don't have, the thing that I use to quote calm myself. There's all kinds of excuses. I don't want to gain weight. I mean, I actually the book that I read or listened to actually, um, it did help me with some of the mental gymnastics that I was doing to myself, but there is also the physical aspect too, and it's called the easy way. Yeah, breathing is essential. Yeah, it's a gift, right? Right. Thank you, Lori. Thank you. Glad you can relate. I I appreciate everyone's honesty. And what I get a lot is really you smoke like you don't seem like the type or you don't look like you smoke. And I don't know what a smoker looks like, but, um, I smoked from the time I was 16, I think, to 21 when I joined the cult. I was actually 20 when I joined the cult, but when I moved in at 21 years old, I no longer smoked, and I went cold turkey. It was, a lot of peer pressure because nobody there smoked, and, I was doing it for Jesus, which is okay, do it for whatever, but this time I'm doing it for myself. I'm doing it for myself, and, I'm older and wiser. I know it's not easy. People have, like when you put it out there, you get a lot of advice. I've gotten a lot of great advice. I've gotten a lot of encouragement, but I've also gotten some things that are like, ooh, that's rough. Like, um, that it's harder to quit than the H word, like, you know, and I'm like, well, I don't know what that's like, and I know that's really, really bad, but I'm still gonna do it, even if it's harder, I still wanna do it, and, oh, thank you, honey. Poor Dunk. Poor Dunk. Put a okay, we won't do hearts, but what if they do put 1 in the chat? Put in the 1 in the chat for Dunk. I mean, the people that have to suffer through when their partner is kicking something like this, um, poor guy. We had a dishwasher for many years that you had to basically wash the dishes first, put them in, and you couldn't nest them, like, you couldn't put bowls one after the other. You had to spread them out and, like, put them on the outside, and there was a certain thing that Duncan, had a system. So, I would try to help him, but then I was always doing it wrong, and I got a little bit of complex about that. So, yesterday, he was trying to give me a compliment. And he was saying the new dishwasher really stands up to me nesting the bowls like I used to, like you're supposed to be able to. And I was like, "What? Are you saying I'm doing it wrong again? Are you blah blah blah?" And I got super defensive. So poor guy. Yeah, everyone's giving him a one. I know. And hearts. Put a one in the chat for Dunk. Poor guy. Yes, hearts for Tony. Thank you. Yeah. the lips get all wrinkled on a smoker. Yeah, well, I'm gonna work on losing some weight next, so we'll see what happens. Yes, hearts for Natalie and Tony. Thank you. Breeze an eagle. Thank you, poet. When I quit smoking cigs, it was tough on my roommates. You're a saint. Yes, he really is. He's a saint. Oh, we keep getting the ones coming. Poor Duncan. Mm, yeah. Let me read some of these start and then just want to share a couple of little thoughts and then as always get your input on things because I want to tie this into and trigger warning, guys. Seriously. Even though, there's a lot of never ends in the chat, there's a lot of us that have gone through trauma, talking about trauma responses, maybe triggering coping mechanisms, how it affects relationships, definitely take care of yourself. I just wanted to say that. So, Brooke Elliott, new member. Thank you so much. Yay, got a new cup. Thank you so much, Brooke Elliott. Appreciate it. Whether you're a new member or renewing, I really appreciate that so much. Eat more pizza. Always bringing the wisdom. For each of us, taking a little break to reflect on family and self is vital. Yeah, I absolutely agree with that. Absolutely agree. From a poet, I remember when I was a week out from my last cig, it was tough. The thing that kept my roommates from killing me was I get stoned and go to sleep. You got this. Okay, I will be honest. My kids gave me, I think it was for Mother's Day, a little thing of it's like peach mango gummies, and I've been taking one a day at night, and it has helped. I think to sleep because I was having a really hard time. The first couple nights I couldn't sleep. I was miserable and I think it's helped. I don't want to, smoke anything. And it doesn't really do it for me anyways, but the edibles I think have helped. What else we got? Farrell, Cheryl, great to see you, friend. A Siggy becomes your best friend, always there when you need it. Giving it up is the same as losing your bestie, and it hurts emotionally. Yeah, I mean, I honestly, guys, I was in tears the other night, and Duncan was just like looking at me like, I'm so sorry. I'm like, I don't know why. I mean, of course, I guess I'm a glutton for punishment because I'm full on menopausal, guys. The hot flashes, the mood swings, all that. So I guess I'm just getting it all over with at once. So I am a wreck. Oh, here I am. Oh, yeah, glutton for punishment. That's probably why I'm a Boston Red Sox fan too. We're sad. We're a sad bunch. SBTV Atlanta. Hey there. Thanks for sharing, Marilyn. I've heard that nicotine can be as addictive as heavy drugs. Yeah, I've heard that too. It's no small thing. I wonder if you wouldn't find support at the lifeboat. Hey, you know what? That that may be a good idea because I think addiction is addiction, right? I mean, it has a lot of things in common. A lot of things in common. And it really is an addiction. I mean, the book I was listening to was like basically saying, "You're a drug addict. You're addicted to nicotine." And I was saying to Duncan, several times last night, this morning, something that makes you that miserable to stop is it's gotta be goddamn fucking evil. It feels like it. It's evil. It's like, if it's this hard to put it down, it doesn't love you back. It's not really doing anything for me, and what it is doing for me, it far the benefits of quitting far outweighs, it's like, I mean, we all know, we've seen the commercials, we've seen all those things. I think that it's helped me to realize that, um, I will be okay, that I was, addicted to a substance, but also it's a mental mind fuck. It's mental gymnastics, and, um, it's a coping mechanism, and it could be a trauma response. So, not having it has brought up some stuff, has brought up, um okay, thanks guys for all your input. I'm gonna try to star some things. Oh, let me see. Oh, Nancy Alley, are you in the chat, honey? I got your text. If you want to put that link in, I would love that if you haven't already. You all caught up? Okay, great. Yes, if you have the link, you sent me a GoFundMe. Okay, thank you so much. Yes, please. Absolutely. And I will pull that up as soon as we get the link. Thank you. Oh, here it is. Okay. Let me see. Can you send that to me on Facebook Messenger too, so I can pull it up? Nance, would you mind? Because for some reason it won't let me click on it in StreamYard. So I just want to put it up on the screen. Hurry, housekeeping. Free as an eagle, my hubby. This group is a great support system, real people that care and share and are there. Like a second family. I agree. I agree with that. Yeah, definitely agree with that. And at Free as an Eagle is my hubby's channel. If you like nature, if you like to see how houses are built, if you like puppies, if you like music, if you like listening to people talk about near-death experiences. Dunk's never had one, but he likes to talk about them and study about them. So, oh, thank you. Okay, thank you so much. All right. I got to accept the cookies. Nice. Okay. All right. Let me share that, guys. So Nancy Alley is putting a link for a GoFundMe, and I just want to pop it up and read it for Natalie and Tony. Okay. Here's the GoFundMe. It says support Natalie and Tony's cancer battle. And it says, hello, we are the moderators for Natalie Webster's YouTube channel, Scientology Life After a Cult. Just one sec, guys. Natalie brings her community the news every morning about what is happening in the world of Scientology. Natalie left Scientology after 35 years with 3 generations of her family. We all have come to love Natalie and my Tony, as he is affectionately called. Tony has been battling cancer, and Natalie is in need of our support during this time. Tony is currently in the hospital, and this fundraiser will allow Natalie to spend time with him and not worry about work right now. Hashtag my Tony strong. Is this I believe this is a clip, right? See if I can.
Yeah.
We can be present and without being sick or dying.
Yeah. What?
Believe it, it can be true. So when you get to that place, if you do, of a place of change in your life, it's not that radical. And the other thing to think about there is that life can change very quickly and for any given reason. So why wait on the opportunity to be more present in your time with specific situations or people or for whatever else comes up.
Yeah, use the nice towels. Use the nice dishes.
Exactly. Don't save.
Burn the candles.
Yeah, you're not taking it with you.
Yeah. Use the nice towels. Burn those candles and love people, and cherish the day and the people that you have, and this your fur babies, your loved ones, your friends. Yeah. So thank you for putting up the hearts. And so that's the GoFundMe. And Natalie has some amazing mods and some amazing friends. So, well, sorry, guys. And they're right. We've really grown to love them in a very short time because they're so easy to love. They really are. Mm. Love and support. Yeah. Mm. Sometimes there's just no words, you know. Thank you, Nancy. You guys are amazing. I love this community. So, I did have something I wanted to share. Ooh, try to compose myself here. Let me see if I can pull it up. And I think it does tie in with, we're talking about living to the fullest, focusing on relationships and love and all the things that make life great and worth it. So, yeah. One sec, guys. Sorry about that. Um, okay. I think I've got it. There we go. Okay. Again, trigger warning. This whole stream is a little bit of ups and downs, right? Some downs, but yeah, just take care of yourself. Okay, so I was looking up what a trauma response is. We've all heard of the fight, flight, freeze, or fawn. There's another one I wanted to talk about too. I'm laughing because it's got a funny visual to it, but let's talk about in general trauma responses. Trauma response is a person's automatic, unconscious, and self-protective reaction to a traumatic event that affects how they think, feel, behave, and respond physically. These responses can occur when a person is in a situation that reminds them of their past trauma, even if there is no actual threat. So it's basically an involuntary, automatic, unconscious, self-protective reaction. Some common some common trauma responses include shock and denial, typical reactions to a traumatic event. Hypervigilance, a person may be on constant alert for danger even when there is no real threat. Unpredictable emotions, a person may feel nervous, helpless, fearful, sad, irritable, or have angry outbursts. Flashbacks, a person may experience flashbacks of a traumatic event. Strained relationships. A person may have difficulty trusting others, get into fights, or try to control everything. Physical symptoms. A person may smoke more, use alcohol or drugs more, eat too much, or have ongoing medical problems that worsen. So I'm not sharing with you to bum you out or anything. Sometimes I feel like if I can know what's happening to me and understand it, I'm much more able to, and I've talked about this in counseling and therapy many times of being able to identify your triggers. Now my glimmers, which are good things, which are, using the good towels, burning the good candles. But yeah, being able to recognize what is happening so that you can develop better ways of handling things, right? More healthy responses. It says trauma responses can be healthy or unhealthy. Healthy flight responses include being able to leave unhealthy relationships, remove yourself from danger, and properly assess danger. Unhealthy flight responses can include obsessive or compulsive tendencies, panic, constant feelings of fear, perfectionism, and workaholic tendencies. So I wanted to talk about that, but also I'm sorry. I have a dark sense of humor, guys. There's another F word that I saw besides the fight, flight, freeze, or fawn, which we've talked about all four of those. There was another one that was called flop. So I agree, Susie. Food is the next addiction I'll be tackling. Yes, same here. Amen to that. But a doctor told me that smoking is going to kill me faster than being overweight, so that I better work on that one first. But yeah, the flop thing, I realized that sometimes I resort to the flop thing so I don't fight or flight or freeze or fawn, because the flop is almost like playing dead or just blinking out or just being like, I'm not dealing with this. And tying that into relationships, I found something is that I think naturally I'm pretty outgoing person. I guess I would be called an extrovert. I love people. I like to interact with people. I like to listen and talk. And I try not to, you know, run over people like a steamroller. When I have people on my channel, I really realize that, it's they're the guest, they're the star. I'm there to support them and listen to them. What I've noticed, in my online life and also my regular life, is when I come across someone with a stronger personality, for lack of a better word, um, I tend to flop. I tend to just acquiesce and let people take over. And I have a really hard time saying, like, excuse me, excuse me. Um, I think because it's a trauma response, because I was so used to in the cult making myself small, which is hard to do now because I'm not small. Um, and overriding my own personality and who I was in order to not make waves, in order to let someone who is overpower me at the time take control, you know. And I realized that's not really a healthy response either. And that's something fairly new for me. And honestly, giving up some of my coping mechanisms, um, like the physical habit of smoking, has brought up a lot of things in me. Um, I had a situation last night where I found out that somebody had kind of done me dirty, and maybe without meaning to, but it really hurt. And my first instinct was something I don't like to do: react in anger and lash out and be like, listen, who do you think you are? Um, and I caught myself and I was like, okay, I need to stop. I need to take stock, because I don't want to react in a way that's going to cause more damage. Um, and I realize that, I'm being transparent with you guys. I'm, I'm flawed. I'm a flawed human. And I don't always know how to handle things. So I think that I've, just kind of anesthetized myself. And smoking was one of the things that I used as a crutch. So I just wanted to come out and just talk to you guys. You're my friends. And for whatever it's worth, if you can relate to any of this, that we could just talk about it. So all right, let me go through some of the start. I'm flying solo today, so I'm glad to give some of my helpers a break. I've been a lot lately. I know. I've been taking on some spicy streams lately. So, mm. Big Chief, I stopped smoking tobacco when I realized I can be smoking more weed instead. All right, that's fine. That's not really my thing, but yeah, I know a lot of people that do quit that way. That's fine with me. Susie SP Squirrel, the lifeboat helps. No, personally, I can never smoke another cigarette, or the lifeboat helps. Oh, I know personally I can never smoke another cigarette or I'll start all over again. Yes, that was one thing that it said in that book over and over and over. It kind of like brainwashes you in a good way. It's called the the easy way, which I don't think there's any easy way, honestly, guys, but maybe. I guess for some people maybe it is easy, but The Easy Way to Quit Smoking by Alan Carr. And I guess there's a British version. I ended up getting the American guy reading it. Kind of wish I had the British version, but he was fine. And that's one thing they say, there's no such thing as one. There's no such thing as one cigarette. And in the past, I thought, well, I can just have one. Or in my case, I think that the addiction to the actual nicotine itself too was like a open door. So when I quit for 20 years, I quit cold turkey. And when I tried quitting with the patches and the gum and the lozenges and cutting down to me was torture. It was torture. I got down to like 5 a day, and then I went back up to half pack, went back up to a pack and a half, back down, got to 5 again. And there was always you know, that like tendency to want to smoke more. So I agree with that. For me, I'm sure it's different for everyone. And the last things people want when they're quitting something is, um, is a lecture, right? So I love to hear what works for other people, but I'm not going to be like, oh, you can't have one, because some people can cut down and stop. Some people can have, one cigarette a week. That's not me. I know that's not me. So, Susie SP Squirrel, be careful. Jessica Simpson got addicted to nicotine gum. Yeah, it is an addictive drug. It really is. I agree. Cooler by the Lake. So sorry, Natalie and Tony. Yes. And thank you for being a member for 3 months, Cooler by the Lake. And yes, lots of love to them. Absolutely. Hey there, at La Chameleon. The lifeboat is very well versed in just how tough it is to quit anything. Nicotine is known to be very hard. Yeah, it is. I can attest to that. I can attest to that. Maya, I bet Duncan can take it. He likes that you are breathing too. You can do it, Marilyn. Thank you. Yes, he's so supportive. He's a good guy. He's a good egg. And he's talking about going to lake for a couple days. He says to get out of my hair. And then this house building project is going to be, full time after that. So yeah. I mean, I think the guy needs a break from me. But I've been trying. I've been trying not to be full on, you know what. Um, Modern dancer, hey there. Marilyn, quitting nicotine is tough. Congratulations. I hope you can take one day or even 1 hour at a time. Yes, that's what I'm doing. Thank you so much. Yeah, and I don't want to disappoint anybody. That's part of the reason why I didn't want to tell anybody. But at the same time, I'm like, well, this is part of the journey, and by saying it out loud, I'm hoping that it'll really internalize, and that this will be it. So, and if it can inspire anyone else, I'm really happy, and maybe we can be accountability partners together. So, all right. I'm not sure what medicine that was. So, yeah, and again, I am not a psychologist. I'm not a addiction specialist or recovery specialist. None of that. None of that. I'm just telling you from um, my own experience. Pam Fredette, hey there. That's the last thing to go. I quit for 25 years and started again. I've been smoking for 20 years again. I hear ya. I quit for about 25 years too. Yeah, so I was like 21, and then I was probably 43. So yeah, 22 years I quit. Not good. But it's never too late. It's never too late. So here we are. Feral Cheryl, that one will only make you want another. Don't listen to the voice that tells you you can have just one. Yep, I know. That happened. Yep. And then next thing I know, I'm buying a whole pack. You're absolutely right. At least for me. Uh, Lo Lolo, 0708. I was so addicted, I couldn't quit for my new grandson. I very successfully used Chantix. That's good. I've heard that that can help. Um, I personally, because I have so much trauma, like I have a hard time with certain medications, a lot of medications. Um, I think it's like I get really weird. I get bad dreams and a lot of anxiety. And so I never tried Chantix because I had a feeling it wasn't really going to work for me. Um, but I get what you're saying because, like, I watched my sister, my older sister, Sherry, die of lung cancer 5 years ago. And I should have quit then, and I didn't. And that was so stupid of me. But I am now. I am now. So, yeah. So you think that having gone through that, and I lost my adopted dad, who I loved very much, to emphysema, when he was 67. He smoked from the time he was 9, and he quit in his 50s, but it was too late for him. He had he had worked in a factory that had asbestos, so that was another part of it. And then he also worked in a garage with diesel. He was a mechanic. Oh, he was a welder, and then he was a mechanic. And I think all of that just destroyed his lungs. So you'd think that those things would have deterred me, and they didn't. So, you know, I'm ready now. I feel ready. Mischief Managed, thank you so much for being a member for 3 months. Right back at you. Love you. Thank you all for being here. Brenda, with cigarettes, I was just lucky, I guess. I smoked from age 14 to 21. Always had to hide from my parents. Me too. I was in a Christian foster home, but I couldn't go out to dances or anything. So I would do sneaky things like sneak a cigarette, sneak drinking, things like that. But I hear you. At at 21, it started affecting me, always runny nose, and I just quit. That's good. Yes, you're lucky. Yeah. All right. I wish I could pop some of these up, but I don't have the context, so I'm not sure. Yeah. George Massey. Oh, George. We love old George. I quit for 2 years, got caught up in a bad situation, and said I'll just have one. 23 years later, I'm chain smoking. I hear you, George. I hear you, Georgie Porgy. Yeah, maybe we can do it together. You can pick your voice. I think there's a vaping one that's a female British voice, or there's a male. If you want to just read I guess you can't really lose anything. It's like um you're just listening to a book. It's not that expensive. I think I got it for free because I had like a Audible like a whatever, what do you call it? Points, but for the price of a pack of cigarettes, you can listen to the book, you know. They they actually tell you to keep smoking while you're listening to the book. And I'll be honest, guys, Kelly Copter told me about this book. I listened to a couple chapters. It took me 2 months to listen to the whole book. And by then I was ready. But I put it down for like a week at a time because I was like, I can't deal with this right now. I can't deal with this right now. But it was sowing good seeds, right? It was kind of planting seeds in my mind and saying, you can do this. It'll be okay. You'll be okay. And finally I was ready. But it hasn't been easy at all. Yeah, thanks for I'm just scanning some of these. Thank you, Dr. Heather. You cannot beat yourself up for the things you didn't do. You can only change what you do now. Absolutely. Absolutely. Hey, Mama Opal, great to see you. Thank you for being here. And I want to put this up again. If see if I can. Okay, I don't have the link. I don't know if Nancy, Allie, or any of Natalie's mods have that link. Let's see if I can find. I know you sent it to me, Nance, but I just want to get the shorter link because the one on my browser is too long to put in the chat. So let's see if it'll let me. Oh, I'm sure you guys have it. Thank you. But I just wanted to put it up again. Don't mind me. I'm a little scattered today and most days. So here is that for anyone that's coming in. There's a GoFundMe for Natalie and Tony. Let me go back. There's the GoFundMe here. It says support Natalie and Tony's cancer battle. So there it is. If anyone can give, every little bit helps. All right, I had a couple more things I think that I start. Don't want to stay on too long, but let's see. Blakey, I hope you don't mind if I read this because I can really relate to this. I've been to therapy and it's rooted in anxiety, perfectionism. Anytime someone yells at me or gets disappointed in me, it triggers it. I was on Lexapro before. Okay. I just wanted to pop that up. I'm sorry. I didn't realize it was about some personal stuff, but I get that totally when I feel like I have a really hard time taking any criticism. I take it as rejection a lot. So I get it. I totally get it. I go by faith. This is such a relatable conversation. I'm glad. I'm glad. I really do want to talk about things that, you know, that can be, related to and that people are concerned about and that they deal with every day or things that we can kind of understand about each other. So, all right, I'm gonna just put a couple more things up. Janelle, hi there. We have a lot of restarting triggers, but each time you quit and restart, you figure out another part of it. I took about 7 tries, but eventually quit for good. 26 years off. Awesome. That is amazing. That makes me feel very encouraged. Yeah, I think you're right. I know you're right that you do learn more things about yourself and ways that you can make it easier and more successful. So I absolutely agree with that. Oh, thank you so much, Dr. Who Heather. There's the Natalie GoFundMe. Awesome. Appreciate that. Michael Price. Oh, addiction counselor. Awesome. Thank you for being here. This addiction counselor hopes you're proud of yourself. Give yourself compassion through the process. Think of a craving as a wave. They tend to last 10 to 15 minutes. Rise and then fall, and hobbies are good. Yes, well, I've been doing some more crocheting lately because I love yarn. I love crocheting and that helps a lot. And yeah, just riding a wave, right? Yeah, just riding it out and it does go away. And um dealing with the emotions of it all is like I know it's out of my body physically, right? Because it's 6 days, but having that physical response to the mental craving of it all. And like I think it was Cheryl saying that it was like a best friend to me and it represented a reward or a break or like in the morning like I mean this is so silly because I have so much to be thankful and grateful for. So why am I getting up in the morning and being like acting as if all I have to live for is a cigarette? I mean, it just seems so silly, but that really was the first thing I thought of was, oh, I can't start my day without my coffee and a cigarette. And one thing I thought that book was really good saying this is like, you don't have to rearrange your life. Don't, completely change your life, your habits or whatever. I've done a little of both. I did go out and sit on the porch like I used to, smoking, because it's such a habit and it's nice to get outside. And this time I can actually breathe when I go outside. So I've been trying to do things that I do, but also like Poet, I've been sleeping a lot of it off too, and kind of protecting all y'all and my hubby and my kids. I would never yell at my dogs, but that's a little too far. I might yell at people, but I never yell at my dogs. But I've been kind of trying to protect everybody from me and hiding in my bed, hiding in here in my little studio. There's a bed in front of me. We call it the bed of nails. If you know, if you heard that story, but yeah, I've been trying to insulate and isolate a little bit and wait it out. But all right, I'm gonna go through a couple more and then I think I'm gonna wind down. We'll definitely do a room rate. Ison, what triggers me also is seeing narcissists and everybody is singing their praises. I question if I am paranoid or others just naive or blind. Yeah, I hear you. I hear you. It does trigger me too. I gotta admit. Yeah. Oh, Natalie's live. Okay. All right, let's go over there. We got 104 people. And if anybody wants to put the it says growing up in Scientology. Okay. All right. Well, you all know how to find that. I will play the outro and I will see you over there. Room rate, Aaron covering Natalie. Okay. Oh, so Aaron's live. Okay. Awesome. Aaron's filling in for Natalie. Let's do a stream over there. A raid over. Is it going on Natalie's channel too? All right. We'll see you over there. And I will play the outro. And I'll see you there. Zenu, Marlene, everybody partake. Cheers. This is good coffee. This is why, my hubby makes the coffee.
Like a